Man, when it rains, it trickles, I guess. I don't know. I guess we'll have to take a look at the wreckage afterwards. No. We're still going to go over our indie third party, but first we gotta talk about the news that dropped live and in living color. Folks, we're watching Black Genghis. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me today on this lovely Thursday evening. It's crazy. You have a show planned out, you think you know how it's going to go, and then it just takes one item, one thing, and it all just gets flung out the window. Well, not all of it, because I've been looking forward to talking about a lot of these brands. We're going to talk about Ramen Toy. We're going to talk about Spero Toys, even Jada Toys, which is about a mini major at this point. But yeah, we're gonna have to talk about the Joes right now. And of course, I'm talking about this sucker right here. Tiger Force Wreckage and the Tiger Paw ATV. Out of nowhere. Thank goodness for the leaks, because if we didn't have the leaks, we probably wouldn't have even been ready to get this sucker. We wouldn't have been able to get it. It's already sold out on Pulse, already sold out on Target. But we knew this was coming. Ever since we saw that Cobra Ferret, we knew that we were going to get this Tiger Paw. And Ty, thank you so much for the intro. I tried. And yes, you are first. Today you are first, my good man. But let's go ahead and let's keep moving along. Because, we knew we were going to get this Tiger Paw ATV. Tiger Force, they've done a really good job in classified 6-inch scale, making a name for themselves with all the different figures, Bazooka, Outback, Dusty. This Wreckage, you want to treat it as a troop builder, I think you can. But, we're going to touch on the history of this figure in just a little bit more. So far, so good. I'm liking this cannon that we have that can be removed. So that's always fun. And it's red chassis, just like the Gatling gun on the Tiger Force Ram Cycle. So you put those two together, get some damage. It's going to look a lot of fun. Really liking what I'm seeing here. Holler at the chat. Yes, that Kingpin was looking pretty good. I'm lucky that I still have mine on card. Tee-hee-hee. But if you want one to open, you want another one or missed on that one, go ahead and make moves. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, I'm liking what I see here. We're going to zoom in a little bit more on that skull mask in just a second, that baklava. The original Sabretooth figure was going to be a bit more bright orange, but it's probably good that they saved that maybe for a look later down the line, or they just want to keep with these muted earth tones, browns, dark browns, and blacks. But yeah, it's about time that is that a reuse of the Vamp gun? I'm not exactly sure. I don't think so. If anything, it may be a reuse of the Ferret gun. But I like that this Wreckage is like a saboteur for the Joes. That makes a lot of sense. You know what? I think it's the overall package. I think this Wreckage and that Tiger Paw goes a long way. It's going to look nice. Even we're seeing the reuse in that lower right corner. You can see Firefly's backpack being used for Wreckage. So that whole lineage, they had the updated Firefly. It made sense to make this Wreckage and put it in Tiger Force. So yeah, a lot of people are digging the skull mask. I could go either way without it. It's I may end up getting some brush restore, some brush cleaner, and just taking it off, or just putting a 60th anniversary action shield soldier action shoulder, an action soldier head sculpt on top of this, and just do it that way, and then maybe use this for something else, something a bit even wilder, right? So that would be pretty interesting. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. That helmet pops. We're gonna talk a little bit more about that helmet later on. We're gonna zoom in a little bit. But really liking what I'm seeing here. So yeah, we got this Steel Brigade, Steel Core, Ninja Turtle helmet as it's called with some. We got this one. Tripwire has one. And of course, we have the clutch helmet. So put them together, have some helmet bros going on. Like, that's going to be fun. You know what? I'm pretty sure if you still have an extra walkie, just go ahead and toss it in there. You know, and I know a couple of places where you can get third-party walkies as well. Tee. So yeah, this is looking really good. Hold on, let's get me out of here for a second. Yeah, so pretty good here. I did not get a comparison of the other Firefly that was in use. Let me see if I can. I'll pull that up for you guys in a second. But still, it's just a really good time to be a Joe fan. And, you know, I think as far as like really going back with how Joe would use and reuse characters to strengthen the line, to lengthen the line. And we're going to be getting classical vehicles, like classified vehicles, like Tiger Paw, Skyhawk, Vamp, Stinger, which of course will come with the Stinger driver. Then it's going to make sense to find ways to fit them into the sub teams, fit them where being a driver makes sense. Wreckage wasn't a driver in the 3 3/4 line, but he is now. So yeah, they're being pretty smart with that. Let me go ahead and pull up. Firefly. So this is the new Firefly that went out, right? So we're seeing some similarities, right? The bandoliers, different sculpt in the eyes. And when you have these masked figures, that's really all you need is just to change up the eyes a little bit. Now, we don't have this, right? But like, once again, we have that backpack. We have that gear. The knee pads, the boots, the backpack, some of these guns here. And then going back to this, you sort of see the same thing going on here, right? Where we have the boots, the same bandolier, some of the same weapons, the backpack, and the knee pads. So I think it works. I think it'll make sense. Hey, shout out to Sabir. Yeah, man. Hopefully some of y'all got some of these pre-orders. I really hope so. You know what? Hopefully better materials, better app crunch. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Once they get into stock at Target, we're going to see if people will be able to get this right here. But let's see. Let's go ahead. Yeah, Tiger Paw's looking great. It's going to look great with that ferret. Them having ATV wars in your backyard. Build some ramps. Have some folks riding in the back. It's going to be nice. And yeah, I feel like this one's going to be going for a lot. So yeah, once again, if we didn't have those leaks, we just wouldn't have known about this. It just would have appeared out of nowhere. I would have missed out on it. A lot of folks would. And hopefully it'll come back. Hopefully it'll come back on Pulse with a restock. I know the Vamp did. That's how I was able to get a Vamp finally. Hopefully this Tiger Paw will as well, so people will have that if they want it. But I also can see Tiger Force having a smaller production order so that these aren't clogging up shelves across the nation. So there's part of me that does not blame Target for not doing that, for saying that this is going to be a limited batch, limited release. I feel like if it wasn't someone on the Joe team or Hasbro, then there's no telling who let us know about this Wreckage and Tiger Paw. But yeah, sold out on Pulse, sold out on Target. It's crazy. It's crazy. Because how are folks supposed to build their Tiger Force sub team if they can't get that Tiger Paw? People are going to want that Tiger Paw. They can't go on Pulse. You can't go on GameStop or Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, Amazon. It is what it is. The eels. Like, I could have made bank on those eels. But, you know, it's going to be touch and go for the time being until the fan base can grow at a steady rate, so that if they do put in a second order for Tiger Paws and Wreckage, that'll make sense. Oh, shout out to Chad. Thanks for joining us, man. Spero says never had problems with the RAM, even though it came late to collecting classified. Yeah, that's the thing. We want more people to come in to collect classified, to have fun with us, to have fun with their Joes. So if it becomes a theoretical line and impossible to collect line, that's going to make it difficult, and that's going to affect the longevity when it's all said and done. They got to hit it just right, because you don't want glut. You don't want product going to Ross, going to Ollie's, but you want the people who want the Tiger Paw, who want the Cobra Ferret, who want Cobra Valkyries, who want Stingers, and the driver. You want them to be satisfied. Shout out to Pure Soul, Pure Soul. Goodness, hold on a second. Suffering Succotash. Some really good comments from the chat. Yeah, sometimes it helps to be premium. You know, I let my premium membership lapse. So I'm either going to be paying shipping, or there's going to be something down the line, probably around Yojo June, or who knows what, PulseCon, that I may re-up my Pulse membership, because it'll just make sense. Otherwise, I'll spend $50 and more in shipping from Pulse for exclusives. So we'll see what happens. Nicotronis, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. It looks like either, or you mean what, for my stream? I think we're going to have more people collecting G.I. Joe. They're going to be seeing the posts on Instagram, on Facebook. They're going to come across a figure, and they're going to be like, what if I get this figure to go along with my other action figures? And it'll be dope. They'll have a dope time. Going back, enough of that. So I want to talk a little bit, once again, about the original Wreckage, right? Because reuse is not new. And for people who aren't used to collecting long-running toy lines where you have to stretch out every dollar in the budget, because G.I. Joe has a budget. So that means if you have a mold, how many ways can we flex that Firefly? How many ways can we flex that Televiper, that Rakondo Buck? How many Snake Eyes are we going to get? They got the Retro Duke. That Retro Duke, you're going to see so many Joes having that diaphragm joint with that shirt, right? But how many, right? Leatherneck. Is Leatherneck going to be based on Duke? Is it going to be a little bit bigger? We'll see what happens, right? But this is nothing new. So we have the first Wreckage, and we have the second Wreckage. The first one came out 2003 as part of the Toys R Us 5-pack. The second Wreckage was part of a box set that was for the G.I. Joe convention in 2015 in Springfield, Illinois. So that was a Tiger Force versus Iron Grenadiers box set. Shout out to Yojo for the pictures and the factoids, and also 3D Joes just because. But yeah, it's a fine looking figure, you know, like I would not have been mad at this. I wouldn't have been mad if the classified figure had looked a little bit more like this. Hold on. Shout out to FC Viper. What's up, man? Thanks for joining. Thanks to all y'all. Talk amongst yourselves, please, while I host this. But yeah, like I was window shopping Collectors Club for a long time, right? You know, hustled hard, saved up some pennies, you know, and I was able to finally get into collecting around the time of right before the pandemic. So think Mandalorian season 1, or yeah, pretty much around Rise of Skywalker, Endgame, Infinity War, around that time. That's when I started collecting odds and ends and whatnot. So it would have been nice to have gone back to get some of those collectors clubs. By the time that I got back in, those collector club sets like this or Night Stalkers, they're about, you know, 3 or 4 years ago. And that's just like if you wanted to get Wave 1 classified now, or some of those Marvel Legends. Time flies. Time flies. So when you hop in, you know, you want something that will reward you for the time you took to curate that collection, spending your dollars, right? And for me, G.I. Joe really does that. I may go back and get some of the stuff that came with that Shadow Tracker, the 3 3/4 Shadow Tracker. So like that Jesse Ventura Rakondo, that Duke, and that Spirit. Those are all shout outs to Predator. So I may still get those. Whoa, Brick, what's up, man? Thank you for joining. Dude, I'm going to touch on Brutal Realm later. So thank you very much for that. And thank you for having me on your show way back when. You know what? I think they're going to come back. I think Hasbro, they listened to the Joe team. They listened to the Joe team when it came down to, hold on a second. They listened to the Joe team when it came down to the HasLab, the success of the His Tank, Dragonfly. I remember people trash talking to Dragonfly, like that it wasn't going to fund. What do they have to say now, huh? Don't get me started, right? So it's just going to take time for people to be patient with their collectings. And we're going to go into indie lines, third-party lines, all that good stuff. But once again, going back to this Wreckage, yeah, Wreckage has been here, right? This isn't just some random thing. Like whenever they have successfully reused character molds and whatnot in the past, they go back to it. You know, we saw Helix and Shooter using that same Scarlet mold from the movies and whatnot. Just being really smart about their reuse and just creating a new character. Just out of a different look and how it fits as part of a different sub-team. Are we going to see more characters, new characters, the same way that Wolf Spider was debut in Classified Night Force? Are we going to see new Tiger Force characters? Super 7 debuted new designs. Are we going to see those in classified form? It's going to be an interesting time. Man, I was glad to see it. I was glad to see it hit 19,000. I was glad to see, not just to spite them. I don't care about them. I'd rather celebrate G.I. Joe than spite the haters. The haters don't really get my attention too much. But yeah, once again, the Tiger Paw has a lot of love, deep lore, so it's really good to see it in classified form. It's crazy that it was such a small batch and that it's gone. It's gone in Pulse and Target. So they got to bring it back. They got to make more of those. We need more ferrets. We need more Tiger Paws. Imagine... Hold on a second. Imagine not being able to get Skyhawk, right? Let's say that, we were talking about it on Chris McLeod's Full Force stream earlier today. Ace maybe being released separately from Sky Striker or with the Skyhawk instead, or Deep Six and the Shark. Imagine trying to get those figures in those vehicles and not being able to because of pre-orders selling out like that. Pulse exclusives. Target exclusives, Walmart exclusives, Amazon exclusives. So there will be a time where there are going to be things we won't be able to get that people will snatch up in bad faith to flip on eBay or Mercari or in Discords and Facebook groups, or that there's just not enough. There are not enough Fangs to go around. There's not enough Skyhawks to go around. Or they do the second batch, they do the restock, but then it's a glut, right? So now we're just a ton of Skyhawks. They have a crazy looking red cockpit Skyhawk that nobody wants from Tiger Force. Or there's a super dope Night Force all black Skyhawk that goes like that and people can't get. It happens back and forth in waves. Once again, let's haul out this chat real quick. Jason S., thanks for joining us once again, man. Yeah, they brought back the Cobra Island. That Cobra Island restock is a big reason why Classified series is still around. It really is. Because that allowed people to jump back into the line, troop build with the troopers and everything else, get Beachhead, get all these figures that they couldn't get before. So we'll see what happens next. Sabir says, doesn't know why Pulse even bothers with retail exclusive pre-order time blocks. They're still filling out this line. They still want to see if Classified Series makes it to 2026. Does Classified Series make it to 2028? Are we going to be talking about Classified Series with a 10-year anniversary in 2030? Re-release of Snake Eyes Deluxe package, right? Or are we going to have 10th anniversary branded figs from Wave 1, right? With redone Scarlet face sculpts and everything else. It really depends. Collecting is fragile. It's really fragile. We don't know what it'll take for Classified Series to have the longevity that Real American Hero had in the 80s and 90s and so forth. There are so many Joe lines that didn't make it. G.I. Joe Extreme, Sigma 6, but 2 different scales, right? And so on and so forth. The Renegades line, the Resolute line, Pursuit of Cobra, Rise of Cobra. Classified Series is trying to do what Marvel Legends and Black Series did. It wants to stay in for the long haul. It's playing the long game. It's going to depend on what we can get our hands on. Target pre-orders are always super limited quantities. Post pre-orders for retail exclusives, also small quantities. Don't think this will be too hard to find once it releases. That's a good point. Yeah. The only reason I was able to get this Target Paw is because my homies at Toy Kind of Mood hooked me up. They sent me the link. I was able to get it. I wouldn't have had it otherwise. Ooh, kickback sold out. I'm sorry, man. I hate when that happens. That happens to me too many times. Things sell out in my cart, brings back flashbacks. It's bringing back Cobra Island flashbacks. We were talking about our PTSD earlier in Full Force. It's a double-edged sword. Yeah, Tossie, you're exactly right. Yeah. Like Hasbro has to do these exclusives. We can't be having Skyhawks and Fangs and Cobra Stingers and everything else at Five Below and Marshalls and TJ Maxx and Ollie's and Rosscon. Like that's just not that's not in the cards for Hasbro or the Joe team. Yeah. You guys know what time it is, man. Let's go back to the thing. Yeah, you guys know what time it is. So we'll see. We've been wanting this Tiger Paw for a long time. It's an excellent repaint. There's going to be people that don't even want the Cobra Ferret. They rather just have the paw, right? Man, you and me both, Jason. Yes, we got to get the Skyhawks. But once again, I don't want to spend too much time on Joe's. This came out of nowhere, but you know I'm about that life. So once again, once we're done with this portion of it, we're going to go back to the episode as is. But yeah, it's going to be fun having Dusty and Bazooka or Outback or just your other Joes in general. It'll be cool. It'll be cool to have like the super serious 60th anniversary figs on this crazy ass Tiger Paw. Like that would be fun, right? But there's some cool stuff here. So yeah, we're gonna get this Tiger Paw. Once again, they did a really good job taking that Cobra Ferret, knowing that they were going to have those remolds, repaints, that they were going to do this Tiger Force. Wreckage kind of came out of nowhere, but now that I'm looking at it, it makes sense. We need a driver. Giving Wreckage that helmet makes it a true builder. Ties right in with that Tiger Paw. I can't wait to put Roadblock and Tripwire on that Tiger Paw. We'll be able to find this in stores, just like we were able to find those Python Patrol Trouble Bubbles in stores. So when it comes to collecting, it just really helps to be patient with this stuff. It can go any which way. But if you're out there in the toy hunt, or just talk with your friends online to see if they'll help you out, there's plenty of people that'll help out. I've tried my best to help people out in the first couple of years of Classified, and things have calmed down now. We're going to see what happens with that Wreckage and that Tiger Paw. But I would just say exercise patience. Don't drop 100 for pre-orders on eBay or Mercari. Hasbro likes money. They want your money. They want my money, definitely. And they've been getting it. So, yeah, just hold on for a second. Holler at your people. Holler at your crew. You'll be able to get Wreckage. You'll be able to get the Tiger Paw. I guarantee it. Quote me on that. Timestamp it. 24 minutes, 25 seconds. Time me on that. Anyway, moving right along real quick, I want to give a big shout out. Transformers celebrating 40 years. There's a Fathom events right now happening next month. You'll be able to see a table read of the first episode along with screenings of the second through fourth episodes after that. So no childhood trauma. This isn't the movie, right? We get to celebrate the glory days of Saturday morning with Peter Cullen, Frank Welker, and the rest of the original voice cast who are blessed enough to still be with us and share this amazing moment with us. So take a look at fandango.com or wherever you get your movie tickets, or at Transformers 40th cinema event, something like that. I'll put it in the comments, or I'll put it in the descriptions later. But yeah, that's going to be fun. But now I want to talk about 1/12 scale vehicles. Now, Ramen Toys, they've been holding it down for a long time. And I know that people are irritated about not being able to get their stuff because it's like, when is this stuff shipping? Like, what is this? This is like in theory only. But once again, I'm a fan of Ramen Toy. I think that they step in. Ace does his best when he's like stepping in, trying to get this stuff. Hold on, I gotta holler at it real quick. You guys are making a lot of great Yeah. People are printing Skyhawks. The future of collecting 𝐤𝐥𝐚𝐜𝐤 is going to be, we're going to be printing out figs. You're going to buy an STL from Mattel, from McFarlane, from Hasbro, and we're going to be printing out figs. That's the future of it. Yeah, still not restocked. That's a good point, Sabir. Like that Roadblock and Tripwire has not restocked yet. Shout out to Park Puppets. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to go check out Park Puppets. If you're into like theme parks and Disney and all that kind of stuff, you want a nice whimsical time on YouTube, check out Park Puppets. All right, I recommend it. Highly recommend it. Anyway, Ramen Toys. Now the thing about them, they step in a lot when the balls dropped, right? This CAG set from McFarlane's Batmobile, the measurements of the cockpit just wasn't right. The silhouette's not right. So adding the guns, getting the cockpit right, there's still going to be a little bit of gap. Nothing's perfect, but I'd rather have something that's a bit more sleeker than not. If you're a Mask fan, Ramen Toys has got you covered. He has this, the Brave Star figure, but it's weird because, you know, I got the Teasing Toys Brave Star. I already have it in hand, and he's still talking about pre-order. This is part of the consternation of being a Ramen Toy fan. It's like you're going to have to be dealing with stuff like this, right? Aces of Aviation looks great. He's been showing them off on Facebook and Instagram. I pre-ordered the Ramen Racer when that Engine of Vengeance failed, that HasLab failed. You know, Ramen stepped right in. It's been years. And it's definitely been a longer time than compared to what Hasbro would have done. We would have had the Engine of Vengeance in hand by now, and that Robbie Reyes and everything else. But at least we have this. If you believe in the Ace, which I do. He's got the 80s Commanders. Shout out to Centurions. I think that's what the what those are supposed to be. And a couple of other things, right? Masters of the Verse, dioramas are on the way. It just depends. It's a small outfit. It's a small company. They do their best. When you do indie, when you do third party, it helps to be patient, right? I like it. I need to go ahead and pull it back out and review. I put a lot of stuff in the storage and to get out when I'm doing reviews. But I like it a lot. I thought it was a lot of fun. A classified scale Optima. I want to see that. I definitely do. Yeah, Brick. Those you're gonna really enjoy Park Puppets. They're great. They're a lot of fun. But anyway, going back to this, because Ace is talking about these tanks, but following Ace's current trajectory, we're not going to be seeing these babies until 2027. So, and shout out to Brick, yeah. Patience usually does pay off in great toys, but you got to be careful. You don't want a situation where we end up with like 112 Garage or Figure Gear, where you're getting tantalized with renders and prototypes and then nothing happens. But once again, Ace has delivered before. I believe in Ace. We'll see what happens. He already has my money for that Ramen Racer and that CAG set, so we'll see. But he's already has some prototypes, some 3D printed prototypes. It's looking good. Always wanted the tank HasLab from Hasbro, and I wanted to have different changing turrets. So you have the Mobat turret, you have the Slugger turret, the Wolverine, and you can like swap out all those and put them on the tank. That's what I would like to do, but I don't think they're going to do that though. Todd C says down for these Bridgeland 27 unless Hasbro comes up with something by then. We'll see. FC Viper, more like 2040. You said it, bro. I'm counting on Ramen Toy and Ace not to let me down. We'll see what happens. But this stuff is looking good. It's looking nice. I like it. I dig it. So we'll see how it goes, man. I got my fingers crossed for Ramen Toys because I'll take a tank. I will take a 112 scale tank. If Hasbro does a tank, I'll take that too. Yeah, that'll be dope. Yeah. And that bridge layer. Like, here's the thing. If I could get the bridge layer and just attach that to a basic tank platform, so where I can buy one tank platform and then have a bridge layer, have a Slugger, have a Mobat, have a Wolverine. I would love to say that. He said, what? Ace said that bridge layer is 3 feet long? Holy crap, when fully extended, I need to watch that video. So really quick, And I'm pretty sure I put the link in my description. So if you see the description, you'll find links for everything we're going to talk about: Spero Toys, Ramen, Brutal Realm, you name it. But yep, sure enough, there is video for that. So let's go ahead and let's take a look. Well, that was fun. But yeah. So once again, so subscribe to Ramen Toy YouTube. It's still fun. Shout out to my fellow KJ. What's up, man? I'm thinking HasLab's going to be a MOBAT. I think we can get Rattler and Wild Weasel without HasLab. And shout out to Sabir once again. Thanks for joining, man. Unless you're just saying peace just as a greeting. I know like peace isn't always a goodbye thing. Shout out to Salinas. Thanks for joining. Yes. We're going to be excited for that HasLab. We really are, right? So that still ties in once again to today's theme, the vehicles, right? And like, hold on a second. It could be anything. You know, Ramen Toys, Ramen Racer was, I want to say 200. Like you can't really. Let me see here. Trying to pull it up. Yeah, Ramen Racer is about 250. So let's go ahead and go to that real quick. Super quick. Yeah, Ramen Racer 250. You can still pre-order. There was early bird special, so it was a little bit cheaper. Shipping is harsh. So if you know someone else that wants to go in, team up. Get two, split the shipping. That's the way to do it. It's harsh, man. But still. So oh man, 280. What the interchange? We're changing the hoods and changing the Inferno packs. So yeah, it's that tank. I mean, if the Ramen Racer is 200, 280, 250, 280, if it was Hasbro, that tank could be $350, $400. With Ramen Toys, that tank is probably going to be $500, $550. And then you throw in shipping. So it can be $500, $600. Let's see. Sabir is saying, yeah, MOBAT this year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've had to pause on more than a couple of collections because of just sticking with classified right now. Yeah. It's because it wasn't the speculator market that we have now as collectors. And also material costs. Plastic was cheaper. I mean, until it wasn't. You know, that's where the 3 3/4 figure came from, because they weren't making like Big Jim 12-inch action figures for kids, because plastic oil was so expensive during the oil crisis around the 70s. And now it's just things are just expensive in general. So, you know, it's just not what it was. And so this bridge layer is looking good. That's a lot of plastic. It's big. That is big. That is a big tank. For a 112 scale vehicle, it's going to be big. And all the other ones are going to be big. Once again, we see it just fully extended. Yeah, I'm calling it. I'm not seeing this cheaper than $500 from Ramen Toy. So it just depends on how badly you want a 112 scale tank before Hasbro can get it to you. Hasbro will announce their tank funded and ship it before you get the Ramen Toy tank. It is, man. I love Ramen Toy. I really do, but it's just what it is. Shout out to Todd C being the real one with these massive Transformers. And yeah, I love how Transformer fans and Transformer collectors have so many premium options. I'm talking about, you know, full scale busts from Imaginarium, like third-party Transformers. Masterpiece. You can spend $100 on 3-0 Transformers. You can spend $1,000. You can spend $5,000, right? But Transformers really rewards the ultra premium collector in a way that I don't think G.I. Joe can, because we can't. Even getting like a flag control tower will be $400, $500 just a play set. We can't get the Sky Striker, but just even getting the cockpit, I think like a Robotech 112 scale cockpit at the time was about $300, $400 or something like that, right? So I'm trying to see here. I found this. So Sideshow, for example, has a Robotech diorama 112 scale. Fine, I'll accept all cookies. It's gonna bite me in the butt later. Sold out, but for $380, it was a 112 scale cockpit that you could show off if you had 112 scale Rick Hunters, Roy Fokker, that kind of thing. I love Robotech. I love Macross. So even if we don't get something like this, I would not be against getting something like this for Ace, right? I don't think that would be enough for the Joe fan. I don't think that's what they want. I don't see us getting a 112 scale Sky Striker. I could be wrong. But I don't think so. But I wouldn't mind something as highly detailed as this, just for photos, just for the photos, right? But once again, knowing Joe fans, it's all or nothing. And unfortunately, that means nothing. That means nothing. Yeah. Once again, it's a it's there are lines out there that really reward the premium collector, but G.I. Joe, they keep it to the streets, and that's good enough. Yeah. A lot of people. The Mobat's going to be another test of the line to see how well it funds. If it doesn't, if the Mobat's 400, 450, 500, it won't do as well as the His Tank or the Dragonfly. It's going to be another test of the brand. Array, because people want the sea high slabs since we got land and air. That's a good point. Yeah, man, we got love. We got love for Robotech. We got love from Macross. Yeah. But once again, going back to these 112 scale vehicles, I think Ramen Toys, they see a need, they fulfill it as best they can. So they hop in and they try to stay in. But it's difficult because this stuff isn't easy. We touched on the Ramen Racer before, so let's keep talking about that because I think it looks beautiful. If they can get these out to the people who pre-ordered these and want those to show off with their Blade customs or their Robbie Reyes customs, or even Punisher, or I don't know, Dom Toretto customs, whatever. We'll get these in hand and we'll do the reviews. We'll put them on YouTube. We'll put them on Instagram, but we'll see. Dude said that they're shipping, that they're ready. They've been doing tests and they're shipping them out. So it just depends. I mean, how long ago was that Engine of Vengeance HasLab and watching it fail? So we'll see how it goes. Shin Getter Robo. I'm going to have to look up on that one, man. I think you trumped me on that one. Love that Cyclone Rider bike. Once again, going to stay on task. I'm going to keep it to Ramen Toys. All right. So once again, patience is a virtue. They're working hard. They're trying to get us this stuff. They put that pre-order money to good use, I say. Selena says, do I need Mobat Armada to be motorized? I mean, the originals were. I want at least the same functionality that the original toys had. I am really irritated that Vamp, Ferret, and Tiger Paw will not have steerable wheels because I feel like you're missing part of the play feature with that. The photos, you can't take them with the wheels steering, the tires steering. So I want motorized. Like, do it. You're gonna go that far? Do it. Yeah, shout out to Evangelion. Shout out to the remix movies. That helps you catch up a lot. But I remember that show on Toonami, man. I was there for Toonami too. Do not get it twisted. They're working hard. Ace, Ramen Toy, they're working hard on getting these vehicles out to us. So, I think people just got to be patient with this stuff. I think that when you're working on the scale that Ramen Toys and other indie manufacturers are, You got to be patient, and you don't really have a choice but to let people into the process and to let them know. I think we're in for a treat. I think they were taking it seriously, and I think people, if they didn't get the Engine of Vengeance, they'll at least get their Stormwind Racer. They'll get their Dukes of Hazzard Orange Racer, and they'll be happy. They'll be satisfied. They're putting in the work. They're trying really hard, swapping in out those engine blocks. It's going to be fun. Yeah, that classic Charger engine. So once again, we didn't get this. That would have been nice. That would have been great. But if you're patient, needs will be fulfilled. So that's what I would recommend to everybody. So also, once again, it's just seeing how stuff is built. I would love it if Hasbro did this. Hasbro doesn't do this because they don't need to. They're Hasbro. Mattel doesn't do this. McFarlane Toys doesn't do this. They don't have to. They know we're going to buy it. But if we're dealing with a Ramen Toy or Spero or you name it, you kind of need to let us know how is it cooking? How are those collard greens cooking? When are those hush puppies going to be ready? Where's that catfish? I am starving. I can't wait to eat after this stream. Moving on. Let's talk about Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. Now, shout out to the homie Brick Something. If you check out his socials and his YouTube channel, you'll see a lot of the coverage they've been spending on this Kickstarter, and also as well at Spero Shop with the incoming new wave for the first Primal Series 1. So we're going to be touching on all that stuff, and we're going to kick off with that. You know what? Hold on a second. We're live. We're all the way live. Let's keep it live. Let's go ahead and go straight to that Kickstarter. All right. So once again, it's fully funded. You have 5 days to go to get this stuff. So let's take a quick look.
Animal Warriors of the Kingdom Primal Series 2, featuring 4 all-new body types, including reptiles with mix-and-match armor options for the pale buck, brawlers for beefy force multipliers, heroines with a sleek athletic aesthetic, and speedsters with a more slim and agile profile. Now with pinless joints, as well as added calf cut articulation. This campaign will have plenty of stretch goals, including head packs and action figures. Join the tribe and collect them all. Animal Warriors of the Kingdom Primal Series 2.
All right. So once again, a lot of good stuff here. Shout out to Jason and Bienvenue. I hope I'm saying that right. But yeah, we're seeing how they'll scale. We're seeing all the different factions. That elephant's going to be crazy if they got there. And that rhino, I love the general thing. So if you're feeling bold enough to put money into another 𝐤𝐤𝐚𝐜 Kickstarter like we did years back, I think you'll get some really cool stuff. We got standard figures. We got the deluxes. Once again, those reptiles, speedsters, the different weapons, the accessories. A lot of good stuff here. A lot of good stuff. Look, I don't want to breeze through this stuff because I spent so much time on Wreckage and Tiger Paw. But once again, I just really got to give Jason and those people their flowers, man. Yeah, shout out to Ray Paz. Thanks for joining us, man. Shout out to Woody. Thank you so much. It's always good seeing y'all. The target is now 7 new body types. Shout out to Brick. Yeah, Brick knows, man. Yeah, you know. Come on. Go holler at my dude, Brick Something. Check out the channel. Check out all the coverage he's done with 𝐤𝐤𝐚. But anyway, yeah, we got these alternate heads. 𝐤𝐤𝐚 is a lot of fun, man. I really enjoyed the first figures I got. It's great being able to get Primal Series 1 from Spero Shop, from Big Bad Toy Store, and other places. It would be awesome to see these in stores. I wish we still had Toys R Us. I wish we still had KB Toys, right? Shout out to GameStop. Shout out to Target. Shout out to Walmart and all these other places that still have toy aisles. Shout out to the Toys R Us kiosk at Macy's. Just for a throwback. It's almost like that's my theme park. Sometimes I'll treat myself and I'll just reminisce. But right now it's on the web. It's Kickstarter. It's GoFundMe. It's taking a chance on the indies. and watching them get better and better year after year, the same way that Hasbro had to get better after they inherited Marvel Legends from Toy Biz, the same way that McFarlane got better. You know, his figures are getting better little by little, day by day. So watching Spero Toys making the same leaps and bounds, it's a lot of fun, man. I wish them nothing but the very best. Spectral, come on, that's going to be great. I love the comics that came out, right? So, like, support the indies, support the third-party folks. A lot of these, they're not really getting a lot of these unlocks because I think, you know, they're at, 243. It is what it is. It's funded. It's great. They're able to get more than 666 backers, so that's good luck. But yeah, I think people would like Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. I think that's going to be fun for them. So once again, big shout out to Spero Shop. Now let's see what cats are saying. Yeah, we're going to, okay. All right, on Mad Hatter, check out Mad Hatter Toys then. Homie Brick something's going to be there, so be sure to check that out. Macy's, just holler at Macy's and just reminisce. This used to be my playground. Anyway, you know what? I think it's going to be fun. I think Yojo June's going to be fun, right? But listen, once again, we're going to holler at Spero Toys. So let's take it to their shop. Let's see what they got here. All right, so right now we're going to take a look at Wave 4. You can still get all these marvelous waves directly from Spero. You can also go to Big Bad Toy Store, other places, comic books. We're gonna, I got my eyes on this one. More on this later. We're gonna go right to it, man. But right now, Wave 4, Gladiator Pale, the Gladiator series, a trio, a Hawkin, the Horrid Mongols. You can go all in, or you can buy squads for troop builds, swapping out heads. Look, man, it's just a fun time. It's a fun time. Save about $10 per figure if you're going to go all in. That's pretty much the better buy. I mean, be careful with the pay in 4. Pay in 4 is dark, okay? Because you'll get the figs, but then you have to keep making the payments, right? It's like some gangster shit. But they don't got his money, right? Oh, what? You didn't get paid? Fuck you, pay me. Don't get me started on that. I don't want to get demonetized. I need to get monetized first. Point is, there's a lot of good stuff out here, right? And once again, you can look at some of the other waves as well. Yeah, really impressed by all that. Let me go back really quick. It's really good, strong stuff. I don't know if that was that Trevor who did those photos? Is this 1/6 Shooters work? It looks like 1/6 Shooters work. If you're going to get any of these, you're better off going all in and getting those. Look at the detail, look at the paint apps, look at the sculpture. This is just as good as anything coming out of Mattel, Hasbro, or McFarlane, or NECA. Better than NECA. I got to be careful how I say NECA. But the point is, if you go all in on Spero Shop and you also back up the Kickstarter, you're going to have a fantastic collection with some fantastic, imaginative figures made with a level of love and care that companies the size of Hasbro and Mattel, it's hard for them to achieve nowadays. Oh, yeah. So shout out to 1/6 Shooter. Great work as always. Shout out to these dioramas. So once again, Wave 4 at Spero Shop. Save a few bucks if you're going to get them. 130. So what's that? That's 65. That's 32.50 a piece, right? I don't know. You can check my math later. But let's check out this Void. I like this, man. I love how Four Horsemen was able to pivot from Mythic Legions to Cosmic Legions. This seems to be the same way. I would kill to have Animal Warriors of the Galaxy. AWOG. That's what I want. Brick. Let Jason know that we need more of these. We need Animal Warriors of the Galaxy. That's what we need. Leanne Hobbs was on my Instagram. And she was saying, you know, those who know, they know. Yeah, we'll see how that spike. We'll see how it goes in the end. Yeah, shout out to Trevor Williams, 1/6 Shooter. But yeah, man, I think Battle Beasts. Leanne Hobbs was talking about Battle Beasts, these 2.5-inch scale figures from way back in the day, 86, 87, 88. So if they can do something like that and make like 6-inch scale Battle Beasts with these future tech, that'd be awesome. I gotta get this. I said I wasn't gonna keep getting these. Even if I don't get that wave 4, I can always get it later. I can get waves 1 through 3. I can get wave 4 later, but I think I need this. I think it's a need. It's nice, man. I like that. You can do anything with this. I can put this up against Cosmic Legions. I can put this up against Marvel Legends. This could be like a Joe creature. A Cobra creature that the Joes have to defeat. The Joes don't make creatures. The Joes don't do experiments like that. That's not cool. That's nice. That's nice. Bravo. Once again, bravo to the team over at Spero Toys. That just looks great. Great detail. Like, we're getting to the level of Four Horsemen Studios. This is how it scales everything else with Ninja Turtles and everything else like that. Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. I think I need to just take it slow. I think Trevor did this one as well. I think Trevor did this too. All right. It's a fun time. It's a fun time to be a fan right now. Well, thank you very much. Okay, yeah. So AWOC is already AWOC. Okay, good. Yeah, mad science. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, yeah. All right. All right, cool. Ooh, Spero Samurai. I love that. I loved getting the articulated icons, samurai figs, and those ninja figs. And yeah. I guess they don't need the Battle Beast branding because they're already doing that and more. So good point there, right? But yeah, they just did a really good job. Once again, shout out to Spero Toys. Take a look at Spero Shop, SperoToys.com. Take a look at their Instagram, their YouTube channel as well. And that Kickstarter, still got a few more days. Brick Something. Brick Something will be on Mad Hatter Toys tomorrow on the 12th. So check out that stream, and they'll talk a little bit more about that project with Primal Series 2 from Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. Great job, everyone. Excellent work, really. And also, I just want to say that I'm really digging our next manufacturer that we're going to talk about here, and it's Jada Toys. Jada Toys, they started doing action figures with, like Universal Monsters and like stuff like Cheetos and that kind of stuff. And it's interesting to see them now really move on to becoming one of the premier action figure makers. Their Street Fighter line is kicking butt. Shout out to these Mega Man lines as well. But Street Fighter is just on a whole other level. Like, people are really going nuts with these toys and building dioramas, taking photos. Did I like this? I need to like that. There we go. Of course they're known for diecast. They're known for diecast metal figs. If you buy a Batmobile, it came with a little Batmobile figure, that kind of thing. But it's just really incredible seeing what they were able to do with Street Fighter. Tasmanian Devil, that's nice. So we got some new stuff there, M. Bison and Dulcine. And we also got some word about some of the new waves as well. Look at that. That's great. That's great. $25. 25. Did I like that? I need to like this too. I need to like more posts. Yeah, it's great. If Lord help us, if Jada Toys starts doing 1/12 scale figures, that's gonna be that new right there. But people are making incredible setups with their figures. Can't say enough good stuff about it. It really is. It really is great. The balancing is great. Like they balanced out for real. Come on, that's excellent. Just got Ken. You're gonna see some stuff on Black King's YouTube. I need to go ahead and start uploading some stuff. But yeah, it's great. It's just really, it really is a fun time. I did not see Jada Toys putting all these companies to shame just with a handful of figures. You know, so already gonna get Mortal Kombat, already gonna get Final Fight, Streets of Rage, Double Dragon. Let them do all of that stuff. They earned it. They earned it. Give it to them. Yeah, I think it's a good time for what cats are saying about this modern age of being a collector. Shout out to Brick for confirming that. Yes, that was Trevor's shots. Yeah, dude. Just I can't wait. I'll be there. I'll be there for the Mad Hatter stream. Jedi Toys. Ha ha ha. Yeah, man. Yeah. So go slow. Go slow. I don't want to. What did Tupac say? I don't want to turn y'all into alcoholics. I mean, ditto. I mean, there's just good stuff out there. So if you ever do get tired of, for whatever reason, classified series or Transformers Legacy or McFarlane DC Multiverse, you know, check out something else. Check out Mythic Legions. Check out Cosmic Legions. Check out Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. Check out Jada Toys. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard to get that stuff. Oh, man. 80s Toy Boy. Thanks for joining us in, Final Fantasy. A Jada Toys cloud. I'd be cool with that. Yeah. I don't want to enable y'all. Oh, FC, thank you very much. Everybody, please like and subscribe. Don't be afraid to share this stream. I'm trying to make something of quality for y'all. Selena says, picked up the Jada Joe vehicles. I should probably get those. Not just the nano scale, too, but the other ones. Payne, thanks for joining, man. I hope you're having a good time, man. Wishing you well. Motu, I love Motu. I'm taking it slow with Turtles of Grayskull. We had a massive Target sale that allowed me to hop into Turtles of Grayskull. We'll see how the rest of that goes. But yeah, man, it's like we're going to try and see what else is going on in the world of Jada. So let's take a look at ye old Facebook. All right. So we got some good stuff here. Enhance. People are making soft goods for their figs. People are getting kin. They're finding more figs. Hopefully they can find Bison and Dulcine. Look at that. They're going nuts. The hood's going crazy for Street Fighter. I got to be careful on my Facebook, man, because I'm a grown man. You might see some stuff on my Facebook I don't want you to see. All right, but yeah, we got to get that Dulcine. Got to get that M Bison. I'm patient. Can't get them online. Pre-sold out. And they just haven't arrived yet. It's Marvel vs. Capcom. You know what time it is, man. It's a fun time. It's just a fun time to be a collector right now. It's a fun time to be a fan. Come on. I gotta get all these. Oh my. Shout out to Mexico, man. Oh man, come on. Yeah. People showing love. The Paul Mart exclusives, the Evil Ryus. If you have dioramas, if you have, Japanese dojos, if you have the old soda figs, the SHF figs, right? Man, I had to sell my Storm collectibles, man. Like, it is what it is. I want to get those back, but I think I'm going to get these first. People are having a lot of time. They're having a fun time with this stuff. But anyway, yes, Jada Toys, they're being a tease. Don't tease. Should we? You already know the answer to that. You already know. Hold on a second. You already know the answer to that. You know you want to make those Mortal Kombat figures. Scorpion with blast effects. Sub-Zero with ice skidding. Reptiles with different head sculpts. Come on, man. It's already there. I go, come on. You know you want to do this. You know Jada Toys wants to do Mortal Kombat. You want to do Double Dragon. I know you do. I know you want to make Double Dragon. I know you want to make Streets of Fury, Axel Stone, the Mayor. If you're making Zangief, you're gonna make the Mayor. So just get it done. We got all this stuff, man. Oh, hey, Todd C says you want shoes for your quick kick. You can get them on Etsy and eBay. Yeah, it's gonna be great. There's a lot of good stuff, man. I gotta be careful when I'm on Facebook. I gotta be careful when I'm on Instagram because it can lead me to doing things I shouldn't be doing. But yeah, we need Mortal Kombat. We need all that. Oh, this is pretty cool. Hold on a second. I gotta show this off real quick before we move on to Brutal Realm. So, what do you feel about Jada Toys doing Killer Instinct? I don't know if Killer Instinct was your jam. It certainly was for me. Glacius. I'll take a Jada Toys Glacius, man. Taking me back, man. I got the quarters in my pocket right now. Shout out to CC's Pizza. Yeah, shout out to all that. Man, I would love to get some Killer Instinct action figures. Make the deal. Holler at Rare, holler at Nintendo. Make the deal. Let's see what they got here. Look at this. Come on, man. The love is real. You know what? Let me stop. I'm going to stop. Stop. They call me Black Genghis because I unite all the toy brands under one golden tint. But it's hard being Black Genghis. It's hard. Black Genghis has to slow down on the collecting. He has to slow down, right? Got Wreckage. Roadblock and Tripwire on the way. Well, not now, but I pre-ordered. I got the pre-order. McFarlane. I still do McFarlane. Turtles of Grayskull. People getting Krang. I got to find that Krang. No, I don't. I don't have to find that Krang. I don't have to find that Krang. I don't need WWE Ninja Turtle figures. I didn't even include them on the stream because I am not going to go that route. Oh, man. A fully articulated Thundercats. I mean, you have the Super 7 Thundercats. I like those Thundercats. And you can have Jada Toy Thundercats and Super 7 Thundercats as well. It's tricky doing that 7-inch scale as well. I've had to let go of a lot of stuff just because I had to really be choosy. It's when you're collecting, it's not just the time, it's not just the money, it's the space. So you really have to decide what your collection is going to be and what's going to be represented in that collection. You had to be picky. You had to be choosy. You had to be choosy because if you're not, you'll end up wasting a lot of time and volume on something you don't really want because it's no longer your voice. It's no longer your mindset, your perspective. So just be honest with yourself and get the really, really good stuff. Get the stuff you want the most, right? Be choosy. It's okay. Ooh, Clay Fighter figs. Taking it all the way back to Super Nintendo, man. Shout out to Clay Fighter. I loved Clay Fighter. Clay Fighter was great. Yeah, just a lot of good stuff from Jada Toys. We'll see if they do more. We'll see if they do more video game figures, more movie figures, Universal Monsters, and Universal Monsters is great. Didn't really have time to like really feature that stuff. But yeah, be choosy. Be choosy. And you can have fun. You can really make the collection sing if you want, but you're just going to have to make a choice. I love Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse, the second one as well. That was the first time that after I saw a movie, I just immediately bought another ticket for the next showing. I haven't done that since X2, X-Men United in 2003. So there was like a 20-year gap of just going to see a movie back-to-back like that. Loved it. Got this SHF figure arts stuff. I have a custom Spider-Punk somewhere with a head sculpt from Beltran Brothers. That's fantastic. But anyway, I want to talk about this next group, and that's 5K Toys. I'm giving away secrets, man. So, like, I was able to get stuff from 5K Toys because people don't know about it, and yet here I go. Well, enough people know about 5K Toys now. So they really focus a lot on third party. They got some cool Ninja Turtle stuff from Rage Toys, their Samurai Force. So if you got the Mezco 4-pack, if you want a different high-quality look to go along with them, sort of like a multiverse or turtleverse, if you will, you can get these Samurai Forces, right? So they got stuff. They got soft goods. They got accessories. Some soft goods, not a lot. You can add soft goods to them. But yeah, it's once again, if Playmates won't make it, if NECA won't make it, somebody will make it. So if you want some Cyberpunk, Mad Max, Samurai Turtles, man, you can do that. You like the Dragon Ball Z stuff? Shout out to the movies. Rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. You can get some stuff going on from 5Ks. Great photos. It sells itself, man. You can just go out to the corner selling figs. And so on and so forth. You can add different, or I've been collecting the orcs from 5K. More of that later. I may save that for another episode, but I got to talk about this. I got to talk about this total. Hold on a second. I got to talk about this Turtleverse soft goods Rambler, their version of the alternate universe Miles Morales. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the movie. Just a different look. You know, there's all sorts of different dimensions from the Spiderverse. But this one right here is a soft goods third-party figure of their alternate universe Miles Morales. Loving the soft goods, loving the look of this. If you have the dioramas ready, if you have different purple or fuchsia gels for your lights, you can do some really good stuff. This looks super dope. I like this face sculpt a hell of a lot more than what 𝐁𝐥𝐚𝐜 ended up coming up with. Like, don't get me started on that. I have never been that disappointed in a 𝐁𝐿𝐼 reveal. But that being said, I have high hopes for this 𝐁𝐿𝐼, this third party Miles Morales as well. I mean, it's just fantastic. Everything from the zipper, you can see the stitching in the shirt. Love that expression. So it'd be fun to like put this head to head with a Sentinel Miles Morales or the SHF Miles Morales if you're lucky or fortunate enough to get that. This will fit right into it. So I think this is a must get. Let's go ahead and let's take a look here. When you go to 5K Toys proper, the I guess for legal reasons, the photos will be blurred out. So that's why it's good to take a look at the socials to see what you're getting your hands on. $20 pre-order, and then you would have to pay the rest, $82 plus shipping when it comes in. Q4, Christmas 2024, or January, February, March 25. So it'll be a while. By the time this comes out, we'll probably have Spider-Verse 3 in theaters. So that's that. A lot of really cool stuff on 5K Toys. Once again, those are those orcs I was telling you about. Days of Future Past Wolverine, that's on the way, maybe theoretically. But I am a big fan of third party. I have a Heath Ledger, rest in peace, Joker. That's third party from 5K Toys. You can get stuff pretty fast from them if they have it in stock. So this one's from Good Toys 12. I was not able to find a website for this company. I was not able to find the social channels. So it's going to be sites like 5K Toys or Berry or Toys Metaverse, Toys in the Box. I think that's it. Maybe VC Toys Box, something like that. So when you're in that third-party world, those are your options pretty much. So it's some pretty cool stuff. Once again, hollering at the chat real quick. Yeah. Rage Toys Masters sitting at work. Yeah, we'll see if we can get your hands on that. Oh, is that who 𝐁𝐿𝐼 Toy is? Did it? Let's see. Let's see. That look like Kingpin. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. That's okay though. That's okay though. Folks, once again, when we're talking about indie companies, third-party companies, we have some folks that are still just starting out. And so they can use support, they can use, eyes on their product. It's just a really fun time right now to see that development process and see what people are cooking with. So I want to once again shout out to Brick Something. This is very much a Brick Something inspired episode, but I want to take a shout out to Brutal Realm. We're doing some incredible work. I think ACBA is also shouted out these cats too. They got a new logo. Yeah, they got some pretty cool stuff going on. Right And so like this was definitely the figure that caught my eye. This is their 𝐿𝐤, and you know they were able to work with other sculptors, printers for their prototypes. They have African themed figures, different parts of the earth, different mythologies, really intense stuff. So hopefully they can make this work. You know, we've seen different, you know, body types like this from others, 𝐁𝐥𝐚𝐜 Toys, Jada Toys, that kind of thing, and these super muscular builds. So seeing a company like Brutal Realm do something like this, it'd be awesome to get these in hand. And so here's their Cronin Future Barbarian King. This is like one of their prototypes and whatnot. Really cool stuff. But then watching it just as it developed, it's like, yeah, it's great. And then the final product. You know, let's go ahead. Let's take a closer look. So really great sculpt work. Love this pauldron. Love that shoulder armor. Like, this is going to be incredible. I want to see this dude go up against Conan. I really do. Right? Just a different portrait. So we can look forward to getting multiple portraits with some of these figures. Great articulation. We'll see in theory, right? So we can already see like what we're doing. Then whenever I can get a diaphragm, that diaphragm joint, I think, is always better than the ab crunch. Like, I think like we just need to see that more often. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm just being able to order these. So when that Kickstarter goes live, I will be there. I will be there for Brutal Realm. I think we need more companies taking a chance like this, taking it seriously. Once again, shout out to the homie Brick Something, who had me on as a guest earlier and talking about this. Just go to Brick Something's Instagram, go to Brick Something's YouTube, right? Like, stop watching this and go to see Brick Something right now. But still share the link. Really appreciate that. Yeah, it's really good stuff. It's going to be incredible to get these in hand one day. So we're looking at the size factor right here, about comparable with Marvel Legends and even the X-Ray combatants. They'll fit hand in hand. If you have Mofex and so on and so forth, right? We see how they scale with some of the 7-inch stuff. Yeah, it's a fun time. It's a fun time to be a collector. It's great seeing people go out there and just try it. Just see, they're just going for it. They're going to see if they can do better, if they can make different figures, make things come to life for different photos, different dioramas, different play features. It would be awesome, like, if you had the Black Panther, like, visiting, like, an original Black Panther in an ancestral plane. I'm already, like, thinking up this stuff. Like, that'd be pretty cool. You can do a lot of stuff with this. So once again, you can check out the link. It should be in the description for Brutal Realm's Instagram. Check them out. We'll see when that Kickstarter goes live, but it's already looking really good. Yeah, I'm just excited for this stuff. You know, it's yeah, like Ray said, we can't wait for that Kickstarter. Yeah, save some money up. Save some money if you're collecting Mythic Legions, Cosmic Legions, Masters of the Universe. If you're collecting Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. You're getting Ramen Toy vehicles, classified vehicles. Just really be choosy about what you want that collection to say. And yeah, and it's going to sing. You're going to really be proud of it. And don't be afraid to look outside the box a little bit. Don't be afraid to, you know, not just say, oh, it's got to be Joe's. It's got to be Turtles. It's like, it can really be anything. There's just a lot of really great stuff. I'm excited for it. Once again, I don't want to end this on a bummer, but I just got to point out this. This is the, hold on a second. You can go with this. Like, man, that is really, it's hard for me not to be like angry at this. So I appreciate when we have a company like Good Toys doing work like this instead, where we can get a figure like this Rambler. I can't wait to get my hands on it. Like, already, let's take a look at that. That's already leagues ahead than this. This is just one of the looks. That's just one of the looks. So maybe there'll be different portraits from Mezco that'll fit with this. Maybe if you're industrious enough, you can put the SHF head sculpt on this instead. Because in theory, this should be great to put up against a third-party Rambler. But I don't know. Time will tell. Time will tell. Yeah. There's going to be people who are going to like that Mezco. That's fine. Or maybe not. Yes, definitely expand your horizons. For the Good Toys Rambler, I think that's a picture. When it comes to this third-party stuff, they usually make them so they have the figures in hand, and then they'll be able to release those when the time comes. Production lines will be slow. They'll be much slower than Hasbro, Mattel, and McFarlane because they're just a smaller company. They don't have the factory size, or they don't have the access. They don't have the plastic. The soft goods take longer to make, that kind of stuff. But it's usually it has to be just as good, or they don't sell it. Yeah. So I think if you're able to be adventurous, right, and look outside the box, you can find something new. And you ever feel like you're going to get tired of Transformers, of Joes? Look at the indies. Look at the indies. Look at what they're doing. That's where a lot of innovation will be. The big companies won't innovate because they don't have to. They don't need to. And because of that, stagnation leads to bad choices and leads to bad figures. So you need the third-party people. You need the indie players who are being adventurous, who are making something they want to see that no one else is doing yet. And sometimes it's the only way you'll get that stuff. So shout out to Jada Toys and Ramen Toy for making Brave Star figures, because Mattel just hasn't made Brave Star figures yet. Shout out to all the third-party Transformers. That's a whole other show. Shout out to Bobby Skullface. I've learned so much watching Bobby Skullface in his For Dummies series. Yeah, we're going to get third-party. We already have a third-party Joe line. I won't bother mentioning that any further. Whoa, don't look at that area. I'm still retooling that over there. But yeah, 𝐁𝐥𝐚𝐜𝐤, yeah, that Kickstarter, they have to have the money ready to get that factory, because the people at the factory who manage the factory need to get paid. All the tooling that needs to get made, the people who make the tooling need to get paid. Initial D, figures and cars. Once again, I gotta stop. I go too hard. I am Black Genghis for a reason. Really am. But folks, when you get the chance, holler at my people over at A Toy Kind of Mood. We did a great, well, I wasn't there, but my buddy Travis did a great job hosting Kyle Peterson, Wrestling Figure News, and a couple of others over on his stream. So check them out. This was a really fun episode from WrestleMania, one of the best WrestleManias of all time. It was fantastic. Also, shout out to the homie Baldy Locks Reviews, our latest member of A Toy Kind of Mood. So glad to have him on the team. He did a great job hosting last week, and dude just fits right in. So I'm really excited about that. And we got something else cooking up for y'all next week. So definitely catch me there over at Toy Kind of Mood as well. And also holler at the Instagram. That's the stronghold. That's where all the magic happens, pretty much. And then I'm trying to really finalize some of these videos. It's going to be fun. I've been having a blast putting some of this stuff together. A lot of really cool stuff that came in. That Scarlet Spider. Hold on, I got it right here. It's a lot of cool stuff. I don't know if I'm going to do a review now, or am I waiting on a soft goods from GPS lot on eBay, because you can put a soft goods right over this figure and it's great. We already got 6 hands, but if you have other Marvel Legends figures who are red, you can even add those hands onto this figure as well. I wouldn't have mind an alternate head portrait that had like different expressions for the eyes. Whatever, it's coming. Really glad about this. Oh, I got a story about this Cyclone. I love Cyclone. This is one of my favorites growing up. and to finally have it in hand, there was a lot that went behind this. I won't even touch into that. Shout out to Frank DeMunio. Thanks, buddy. Shout out to the homie Brian. What's up, man? Yeah, dude. Third party is great. Oh, I didn't know that Masterpiece is officially ending. Y'all better get those masterpieces while you still can, man. I didn't know it was ending. Thank you, Tyson. Yeah, it's fun. It's just takes time putting together those videos and whatnot. But there's some fun stuff that's going on. So that's enough rambling out of me. Folks, thanks for joining. If you're just joining now, I keep them short and sweet. What can I say? But enjoy yourselves out there. Enjoy collections out there. Don't be afraid to hit that replay. It's all killer, no filler when it comes to Black Genghis. Okay, cool. Yes, Salinas, I did get the RoboSkull. Waiting on that. I want to pick up some more of those figures from Skeletron. I'm still dabbling a little bit in 118, but really long range, I think I'm going to go 1.6. I think 1.6 is what that's going to be. Love that Cyclone. I am fortunate to have it. It's a whole other story about the Cyclone. I won't even touch on that right now. But once again, thank you all very much for your time. Like, subscribe, share. Oh, shucks. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are being far, far too kind. And I will see y'all in a couple of weeks. I plan on having a very special guest, but we will see, and you will find out more in the future. Until then, be safe, sleep well, and enjoy your collection. All right. Thanks, y'all. Peace.